Hey, is this thing on? Lance, Nick, ready? Can you hear me? Welcome to the Live Free and Hunt podcast.
Deck of cards that loves to lose. You don't listen to me, and I don't want you to, 'cause we sure have fun throwing my money away. You bet high, I bet low. You're all in and I'm all broke. Another paycheck down the drain.
Yeah, Nick Corsa, where are you? You're only 40 minutes late.
So, I think the big next thing to look into is those e-bikes.
Yeah.
I rode Lucas's.
Oh, you did?
Oh my god!
I thought of getting one.
Rocky.
I've never.
Rocky, when you.
I mean, just a fat tire bike alone is a big difference.
Yeah, but they have pedal assist, so literally when you pedal, it's working. So you're just like
it's helping
pedaling.
you.
Yeah, and you're going at least 15 miles an hour, 10, 15.
Wow.
On flat ground.
Yeah.
But the thing have some torque. You can get up ground in them.
Well, even on a decent walking trail, it'd be better.
The one Lucas has, it says it's ranged to 60 miles on a full battery.
Yeah.
That's
I think
quite
he
a
said
ways.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot in a day if you did that in a day. But
checking camera.
I'd be
so fat though.
I remember you said he took one up north, way in, and he went miles and miles on that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
To go get a dog.
I think Coyote Creek had a couple for sale here last year.
Yeah.
They had two in there. I don't know if they sold them. They're pricey, yeah.
Be
Good looking bike.
It'd be sweet to have just
I'm gonna save up for one.
just around. I gotta run to the store real
Next
quick.
time I'm over there, ask to ride his bike.
Yeah.
Heidi knew about that?
Yeah, I already mentioned it. I did. I mentioned it to her. Like, I'm gonna save up for one.
Put a seat on the back for Hadley.
No. Oh, they have racks for him and everything.
Oh.
You haul out deer with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I know a
that's gonna
perfect
be
spot for one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, Live Free and Hunt podcast. I don't know.
Whatever. We'll do an intro.
Yeah, 30. Here we go. We're here with Rocky Nau. And right now we're just gonna.
It's coffee talk.
It's
just
coffee
morning
talk. Gotta knock the cobwebs out still, right? But we're just. I don't know. We're just shooting the shit. We gotta get another podcast out this month, and I can feel the weather start changing. Last night was pretty sweet. It was like
pretty warm.
60 degrees.
Yeah.
It started to feel like fall, but this week was brutal at work. It's like every day I
Sweating
wake
in the
up, you wake
house.
up, and you just feel humidity. I'm like, God damn it.
Ready for a change.
Have you gotten in the woods at all? Any cameras or anything like that?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've been meaning to. I
Work.
wouldn't mind. I'll meet you after work someday, and we'll go
Yeah.
put a couple up.
I feel like it's so busy. We're all
Still
behind.
hasn't stopped.
Yeah, we're all
Still
behind the
hasn't stopped.
8 ball. It's like we should at least have cameras in the woods. Well, I got one out in the woods. That's
Yeah,
it. But
I got two, and I'm gonna make a trip this week.
every weekend, I feel like
I don't know.
there's something going on. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you work a kind of a weird.
Messed up schedule.
Yeah. You
It's
get
like
time off during the week.
And you're working, and
Right.
I try to get out there.
It's going to get brutal, though. It's going to get, like, next thing you know, it's going to be like, September 1st, bear season's
I
going to,
know.
it's like,
Yeah,
what, next,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, it's already the second week in August.
Right.
I put my camera up 2 weeks ago. I told you where I hunt on Cotton Mountain.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Trouble is, you can't find where I hunt. There's a
Someone
bear
did
trap.
that year.
There's a bear trap at the bottom of the stair.
We didn't do a bait site, but we've hunted baits over the years.
Yep. Bear India.
Yeah. when was the last time in Milton we had a bait site? And I think that was my first year of baiting, right, with you?
That's the one we had down on Clement's property.
Yeah.
When he first bought that.
This is like, what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, anyway.
No.
It had to have been.
No, maybe it wasn't that
Because
long
that was
ago.
the time I was trapping the coons off of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple good sized bear facing the camera.
Okay, so actually, no, you're right. That was like 10 years ago.
It was a long time.
That
I remember
was like 10 or
getting
9
pictures,
years ago.
you know, and we'll be
9
so
years
psyched.
ago.
Oh, there's a bear on the bait. There's a bear on the bait. Here we go. We're going to go shoot it. Let's
Remember
go
you woke up one morning and went down and climbed in there in the dark.
Yeah.
And you had all the raccoons coming.
Yeah, they're rattling the bait around. I'm like, screw this. I'm out of here. I can't see what's at the bait site. And I don't want to be, I'm in between, you know, just being a young kid. I'm in the stand, you know, there's something behind me and there's something in front of me. I'm like, I'm in between the bait and the bear, and this is not good. But, yeah, we went up, you actually shot a bear. You shot a nice bear.
Yeah,
up
that
in,
was it Wentworth location?
Yeah,
or
Wentworth location.
Somewhere up there.
Yeah, we went up the main side there and cut in.
Yeah. It was 330 pounds, I think it was.
That was a good bear.
It was a good time.
That's a good bear.
Yeah, that was fun.
Big bear, yeah.
Yeah, we stayed at Dave's camp there.
Big bear.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I remember getting dropped off. Did I have the four-wheeler? We dropped you off.
Dropped me off that first night.
Yeah.
And then you guys went to the other sites. And
Yeah.
David said, hey, if you get one and you're not out by the road, then we know you're still in the stand. And he came in looking for me.
Way past dark already.
Way past dark. You kind of figured I'd get one.
Yeah.
And that thing would not drop.
Yeah.
That thing
He
just
came into
kept-
the bait, like, just silent, right?
Came
Yeah.
in quiet. I just had stood up. It started to get cool. I stood up, put my jacket on, and I want to say when I was sitting back down, I looked out beyond the bait barrel, and I didn't remember seeing that there before.
Yeah, the silhouette.
Yeah, that was something. I shot that with a 444 Katahdin.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing.
And then just to get that out and on the four-wheeler was a bugger.
Right, yeah. Get the four-wheeler in there, and then there's like, four of us trying to get the deal done. And then get the four-wheeler. What do we put them on, the front of the four-wheeler? Or the back? Whatever it was too much weight. Yeah, we're trying to get out of the woods.
It kept rolling the four-wheeler.
Yeah.
That was fun. And was it the next morning or that night, we ended up getting it out back at the camp. And I remember Dave was stripping the
hide.
No, the dick out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's, we're going to get you a coffee stirrer. And
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, yeah, it's a good piece to talk about.
Yeah.
Good conversation piece.
Yeah, it was like a bone.
Yeah.
And it looks like a popsicle stick.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And I ended up...
You still have it?
No, we left it up there at the camp on the barrel so it would dry, and we forgot all about it. We ended up leaving,
It was the
coming back
best part of
home.
the bear.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it was like a memory, you know? And I wanted to have that one mounted because it was so big, and my freezer ended up quitting, and I lost...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I lost a nice big buck and that. So,
Well, then,
yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, I ended up cutting the antlers off the deer and
Feed them to the dogs.
gave them to the dogs. They had them for years.
I remember that. I think I was I in Florida? I can't remember where I was, but I'm like, you gave those things to the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Where was that?
That was my best set.
Where was that buck?
I shot that one in Maine with my friend Bill Prentice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best buck, and he's feeding it to the dogs.
Yeah.
He didn't want it. He didn't want it.
No, I
memory of it
wanted to
losing
have
it
it
in the
mounted
freezer.
because it was one of my largest.
No, that's
you
what
know,
I mean.
and it was a big, thick beams on it and stuff. And after the freezer quit, I mean, it stunk. So
That's at least your
That's
worries.
also your freezer died.
Freezer
Oh,
died.
man.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a shame. That's
And
all good meat.
the only thing I had in it was I had the bear hide. I didn't know if I was going to do a full rug or,
You can do a shoulder mount.
shoulder mount. And I was going to do a nice mount on the deer. And like I say, they stunk so bad. I think I was in the basement cutting the antlers off with the hacksaw, and the dogs were right there waiting. And I said, forget.
There you go.
I got the memory stuck in my head.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was a good hunt. I was in Florida, I think, but I think Josh Laurent texted me, and he's like, "Hey, Dad got a nice buck, huh?" And I'm like, "What? No, I haven't heard anything."
When my phone died.
Yeah. And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
That's why.
We went out.
Yeah.
We went out that morning. Bill has since passed away. I miss him.
Yeah.
But we went out that morning and we, kind of walked through this one property and we jumped a big deer. We didn't see it. We just heard it go. Throughout the day, I think mid-morning we went back home, ate lunch, came back and sat in that same spot. And
You hunting from the ground?
I was hunting from the ground, just kind of laying on the ground next to a stump, thinking, I'm never going to see this thing again.
Right.
And lo and behold, nice and silent, I see this thing, and it had some bone on its head. So I picked up, dumped it. I didn't even realize it did drop. It just disappeared as soon as I shot. And I texted your mother, and that was the only one text I got out. I says, I think I got a good one this time. And then my phone died.
Yeah.
So I sat there for a few minutes, and I waited for Bill. And then I walked up, and there it was. Couldn't find a hole in it. It just right above the spine. Well, I did.
I remember
did
you
hit the
telling me that.
spine.
Yeah.
I was taking pictures of it as it was laying there, and you could not see a hole in it at all.
You're like, I think I just scared the shit out of this thing.
Yeah. So here I am poking it and kicking it and stuff. And,
That's pretty neat.
yeah. So then Bill came, and we got it up. We had to rush. It seems like every deer we got to rush to get out.
I hate that.
Even your deer.
Yeah. It's like that should be the best part. Like
it is.
even
Take
like
your
a
time.
Take
slow
your
drag.
time, we had to rush for the
your
daylight
time.
to get to the trail, to get to the truck, to get the truck down the trail. And
Yeah. Then you gotta get it tagged in.
Yeah.
It is. I do hate that because
You
that's
try to
the
rush
best part about it.
before the
Yeah,
place,
exactly.
before they shut down
Right,
and they're gone.
right.
So
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That's what we need to do a better job of. Just if we get one,
Oh yeah.
Take
Yeah.
our time.
eat lunch, have a
Yeah.
sandwich,
Yeah.
coffee.
Well, that's what we did.
Start
we
a
went out
fire.
for we went out for
Right,
breakfast.
yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. So when do you think you started hunting? When did you get in the woods?
I was young. My father was an avid hunter. I want to say when I started getting in the woods with him, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. He always used to tell me, I don't really remember, that I had like a double-barrel pop shotgun
Yeah.
with corks in the end.
Yeah.
Like Elmer Fudd. But ever since then, I've been doing it
Yeah.
forever. It was one of them things where I would watch him. He'd go on these trips, either 1 week with his buddies when I was real young, and he'd come home with 3 or 4 deer lined up across the top of the Scout.
Yeah.
He had an international Scout, and he'd
Right.
come back with these big bucks laying
Laying
across
low.
the top.
There was
and-
some deer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One laying across the hood.
Northern Maine.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
northern Maine, and a lot of Ossipee.
Yeah.
He used to hunt in Ossipee and Pittsburgh quite a bit. He was a big outdoorsman.
Right.
Yeah, he was a biologist. He was a
He's a guide.
hunter's safety. He was a
Yeah.
guide. Yeah, you got his hunting jacket right over there.
Yeah.
All kinds of patches on it. But he shot a lot of bear,
Yeah.
a lot of deer.
I remember, well, I think the youngest that I can remember being in the woods with you is, I don't know what age I was, but I don't even know where we were, but this is like a vivid memory stuck in my head. When you're a little kid, you're like going through and you're picking leaves, and I'm just following Dad. Like, we're deer hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And I know how it is
Sticks,
now
whatever.
with Jackson. It's like,
He's doing the same.
yeah.
You
I'm
got to
like,
just
grabbing
enjoy it.
something.
You
yeah,
do.
I'm so, I don't know if it's competitive by nature. Or like I want to go hunt, and
You wanna make it
I want
happen
everything
every
to
time,
to be right. I don't want anybody making noise behind me. And now I'm like, oh shit, I was probably an asshole following my dad around the
Yeah.
woods.
No, it was.
But
Kids don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
No,
understand.
no, they learn.
They learn.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Understand it.
and it's awesome. But I remember I think I was like, when are we gonna shoot? When are we gonna shoot? When are we gonna shoot? Like, we don't know.
Go years without shooting.
If you shut up, maybe we'd see something. You didn't say that. You didn't say that to me, but
no.
looking back at it,
When
that's
are we gonna shoot?
yeah.
I'll
But
shoot the
you
gun.
shot. I don't know, it was a gray squirrel or I don't know what the hell it was. Be like, all right. I'm like, I want to see you shoot. And there's a picture of us somewhere. Maybe it was a, I don't know.
It was a bird.
Was it?
I think it was a bird. Yeah, you were small.
It was
we were
4 or 5.
It was up in Effingham.
Yeah. And just
That made your day, though. I mean, you from then
songbird.
on
Frowned
you,
upon, but
you got you got into
Smoked it though.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. We had 20 gauge. I think we were just walking the trails and
was it? Yeah.
Tweety bird or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Like,
Yeah.
but that could have been what sealed the deal.
Yeah, I
for
think
me.
it was.
You know
From
what I
then
mean?
on, I mean,
I want to be in the
I got
woods.
tons of pictures.
Yeah.
I just brought a picture of you. You got to be 5 years old, if
Yeah.
that. I think I was helping you pee.
Right,
So hold me
yeah.
up
Yeah, yeah.
so you wouldn't fall in the snow.
But those times, like, those stories that just get stuck in your head is,
How old was I when you would bring me up on the mountain there, and I had that BB gun, and you told me to shoot that doe?
Oh, you was probably 8.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the same
So-
thing. Yeah, walking
Yeah.
down the trail, and you go, shoot that doe with a
Yeah,
BB
because
gun.
I brought my son up the same
You knew
way.
damn well you weren't going to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Jay the same way, you know. He was 13 when he shot his first deer, but then he shot 2.
yeah.
There
By
was-
accident.
I used to hunt off 140 Alton a lot back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Huge,
built up.
huge amount of deer in there.
Yeah.
But also a lot big woods. The area I hunted was a big swamp, and I take compass reading off of that swamp. Then I go hunt, and so I could get back without being on 140 somewhere
Right.
up near Alton Mountain.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, but I took him in there a lot, and I set him down, and there was a good crossing, and doe and 2 skippers come through, and I heard bang, because I had him shooting a 30-30 mile on which they still have,
Yeah.
and he probably put 100 rounds through that before we decided he's going to hunt with it. So, because I was loading for it, so I set him down. I went up on the ridge, and I heard bang. Bang. I said, geez, he's taking his time. You know, like I told him, take your time. Bang.
Yeah.
Bang. Then it stopped. So I went down. There's a nice doe laying there. Nice doe. I forget what she weighed, but shot her right pretty near through the heart. That was the first shot. But then he thought he missed because there was 2 more deer.
Right, yeah.
So he was shooting, and he got another one. That one fell over the stone wall. So I said, geez, beautiful. He said, Dad, I was shooting it. I shot this one. I didn't see it fall, so I was shooting at the others.
Yeah.
So I started, more blood here.
Like, oh, looks
Dead
like
over
we
here,
got
too.
2.
So I tagged the little one, and he tagged the big one.
That's great.
God, it couldn't happen any more perfect.
Yeah, that's
Really.
good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's just crazy way things happen.
Yeah. My first was kind of an accident. We were again in Effingham, and we were on an old road, but we had hunted day after day. And one morning we just kind of walked down the road, and because we kept noticing the deer were crossing there. So, and that day, my father let me use I don't know 760.
Yeah.
That
One right there, yeah.
yeah.
760.
And I always want to use it. I know he killed a lot of deer and a lot of bear with it. And I parked myself right up against a big pine so I could look down the road a few hundred yards. And he walked beyond me, and he kept walking down the road, and then he hadn't even sat down, and I shot. Like 7 deer come walking across, and the last one had his nose up the tail of the other one, so I figured, well, that's a buck.
Yeah.
And I shot, open sights, before I did put a scope on it, and it dropped right there. And so he come walking back, and he goes, he looks through his scope, he says, that's buck, right? And I said,
Sure is.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. So we walked up to it, and it had small antlers. It was not quite big enough.
Yeah.
And he pulled it off to the side, and then here comes a truck, and a truck had heard a shot. He goes, "You guys just shoot?" And we're kind of standing on the blood in the road. And he goes, "Well, if you don't want it." I mean, I was heartbroken. My first deer.
Well, so you couldn't keep it?
I couldn't keep it.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to smuggle it out of the woods, do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I've already done bad choice there, I was young. And the guy had said, I have a camp right around the road. If you guys don't want it, then I'll take it. So we loaded up in his truck, and I was friggin' heartbroken.
Oh,
so I guess I played it
I
off
would
enough
say,
where he gave me that gun.
Yeah.
So and now it's Tyler's, so.
To actually bring that full circle, my first deer was not an illegal deer, by the way. but it has to do with that gun because I don't know if it was it a youth weekend that I shot my first deer?
The one where I left you in that stand?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
No,
what
that was regular deer season.
Regular
I
deer
think.
season.
Yeah.
So
I had a gun.
I can't remember how old I was, 12 or 11 or something. But I'd been hunting with you for years and years and years, youth weekends, going out, getting out of school, going out, and I'd see deer. This was the first one I didn't jump pretty much for the most part. So we're hunting this area. I think it's an afternoon, and we've hunted this area for, I don't know, a few years now.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're seeing deer. There's deer sign in here. So we'd go past the path that we walk in on. There's a old tree stand hanging there, and like, I wonder whose tree stand.
It'd been there for years
and years. I'm like, he's never gonna come back and hunt out of that thing. So we had stands in there, and we'd hunt out of. But it was like repetition. You hunt all day long for however long, and you're like, all right, let's switch it up.
Yep.
I want to do something different. So we were in this piece, and I'm like, I'm gonna go sit in that stand, and I was carrying a break action 30-30 that Grampy gave us, and I'm like, all right, you're like, all right, let's switch it up. I'll take your gun, you take my gun, which is the 7600. I'm like, I'm gonna go sit in that stand.
760.
Yeah, 760. Yeah, 760. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in that stand. You're like, oh, let's check that out first. That's been there for like 12 years, just sitting there. So I climb up. I'm like, yeah, it's safe. I think it's good. You went off, hollering distance. And all right, I'm gonna go sit here till dark. So I sat there till dark, and just as it started, getting towards prime time, I hear crunch, crunch, crunch. Look over my left shoulder, and no harness, just someone's old tree stand, and spike horn comes out, and I'm like, wow, this is actually happening. So going through the motions of your first deer, like, all right, like this is gonna happen right now,
and it happens quick.
And it's like a blur, It's like, all right, yeah, shoot. He runs off, and just the shakes, like, holy moly, like that. Hopefully that thing had antlers.
Yeah.
And
I remember I was poking away from you.
Yeah.
I was a little bit away from you. I trusted you, and I no sooner sat down on a stump in a good spot, and then I heard that shot, and I stood right back. I knew it was him.
Yeah.
And I start walking back and peeked my head through the bushes, and I see him up there. He was looking at me, standing up, jumping up and down, holding the rifle up in the air. I got him. He was right down there. He's right down there. And I'm like, oh, my God, this kid didn't fall out of the damn tree stand. Oh.
Scary moment.
Yeah. But you were like, did you hit him? Are you sure you hit him? And are you sure it was a buck? You're like, everything's good? I'm like, yeah, it had antlers. But then, like, I was second guessing. I think it's got antlers. Maybe I was just, like, visualizing it had antlers. I was like, it ended up, a spike horn, but he's like, all right, where'd you shoot it? You stay right there and tell me where you shot it. And I said, right there. And you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't see blood. And then
blood was like 10 feet behind you.
Yeah. Blood. He's like, holy shit, Ty, I think you got it. I was like, oh, boy, I'm getting down.
Yeah.
And that was, after I shot that deer, you gave me that 760.
Yeah.
And I think I've been hunting with that thing ever since.
Yeah. That thing's been around.
Was that New Hampshire you shot him?
Yeah, New Hampshire, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one we called your mother, and she showed up with your sister, and we all dragged that one out. Yeah.
That was awesome.
And I remember that's back when, you were young. So back when I was young, you didn't have the book where you filled out, the underage
Yeah, you had
info.
the little tag, the little
Yeah.
small.
So I remember we stopped at a
digest.
Cumbies and we got a paper bag and we wrote all the
digest,
info
yeah.
down that they needed. We had to drive all the way to Stratford or something
To weigh that one in?
Yeah,
I
or-
think
Probably
so.
Brian's Archery.
Brian's was closed. I don't
know.
remember. Did you register it?
yeah. Yeah, I know. I think it was Isinglass store.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that gun's seen some things.
But that
I'm
was
sure.
years from that Tweety bird,
Yeah.
and you still look
Yeah.
at you now.
Yeah. You remember?
Keep going.
You remember
Keep
your
going.
first deer?
Yeah, because I was brought up in Maine, Brunswick, Maine.
Yeah.
And I used to hunt with my grandfather and uncles. Back then, everybody hunted with 30-30s or 300 Savage.
Yeah.
300
Lever guns.
Savage. Yeah, 300 Savage was the biggie. A couple guys had 30-06s, couple uncles.
Yeah.
But I was like 14 when I shot mine. On a deer drive, it just happened to come through a doe.
Yeah.
And the way I forget how the seasons were, just you allow one deer per person.
Right.
And that was it. And not many people hunted with archery. This is back in the late 50s, early 60s we're talking about. So not many people hunted with archery. They did, but not like out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not at a stands either.
No,
Yeah.
no stands. You drove and had 2 or 3 places where I used to go up in the woods myself and sit and see deer.
Yeah.
It wasn't always driving deer, but that was the big thing on a weekend.
Yeah.
And I remember many a times I'd be up there, take some time off from school, and on the weekends, because you couldn't hunt Sundays in Maine. So Friday night, people would get there, and you get up early and eat breakfast, and you head right out. But a lot of times, if it was up there for 3 or 4 days, he had the other guys up there. They always played cards. Of course, drinking beer naturally. So I'd be up 4:30. A couple of my uncles would stay with at my grandfather's, and I'd be getting some breakfast. And when the hell are they going to get up so we can get in the woods?
Yeah.
I was probably 14 at the time, 15. Yes, here it is, 7 o'clock. They're still in bed. Well, obviously, right, because I drank beer most of the night.
Yeah.
You can't get
A little
up on
hungover.
time. Yeah.
Finally get up and get going. But, yeah, it was a good time.
That's good.
Saw a lot of deer. Once in a while I see a bear. A lot of moose
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that area. This
Yeah.
is above Green, Maine, above Lewiston.
Yeah.
So a lot of moose in that area.
The deer populations was that the heydays of Maine? Was this,
Well, certain
deer-wise?
areas.
Yeah.
Certain areas. Yeah.
When did you start bear hunting?
I started bear hunting. Oh God, started baiting. Oh, this is 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
I started baiting.
Baiting.
I shot 3 bear over bait. I shot 1 bear with a rifle up in Colebrook. Okay, that was. Oh, I'm trying to think of the date now.
That wasn't over bait though, right?
No, I was up there hunting
Across the
myself,
field or something.
and I used to hunt Titus Hill area.
Titus,
Outside
that's
of-
the name of the freaking hill.
Well, you've hunted up
Yeah,
there.
oh,
A
yeah,
bird
oh,
hunted
yeah.
up there, And I just went up myself, and I used to, because a friend of mine, Sonny Eldridge, he used to live up there. He lives back here now. So I'd stay at his place and head out and hunt all day and come back, and I could see where the bear were, because I didn't know the area that well then, and I could figure out the bear trails and whatnot. And I go up about once a month and hunt. And I could see the bear. The clover was this deep in that first long field that we
That
go
huge
in.
one, yeah.
The clover would be that deep, so you could see where they're ripping
Tearing it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was up there like for 3 days. So I built a little blind off the side. I had my 30-06. And almost dark, in comes this. It was a sow, but by herself. Big. She weighed 150, but come walking in there, started eating, and I shot her. She ran down in the woods. So the guy had his fields gated off, and so I went to see him. I knew him because he gave me permission to hunt in that area. So he said, sure. He says, I'll unlock the gate and
You can get a
go
truck
right.
up there or
I
something.
had my pickup truck. Yeah, my Ford pickup. So I got my friend Sonny, and we went in and just got him out. We had to check him in. Wadden didn't live down off Fish Pond Road at the time.
Yeah.
So I had to take him down there and get him checked in.
That's
So
excellent.
He was
Yeah,
all.
used to. Yeah. You don't even bait with buckets. Well, you don't bait with barrels. You always did the triangle.
Just
or
Dunkin' Donuts.
No, I meant you don't bait with 50-gallon buckets.
No, I just had an area where I knew where there was bear, and I'd just clear out an area and
You stack sticks.
stack some sticks, so some donuts underneath it.
Yeah.
So then you can see where they
Buy a
come
dozen
in.
donuts.
Well, I had a friend working at Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
in
My mom.
Rochester. Huh?
Well, oh yeah, that's right. You would always go to Gonick. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So that's what I was using for bait. And
So-
the one I shot with my bow, that was a Hoyt bow I had that he's got hanging in his living room. That big bear, like
Oh yeah,
the
the
bear-
picture. Yeah.
the
Oh,
bear
yeah,
mount
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
living room,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I gotta.
Boy,
I think
that bow.
I put that date on the back of that. I
Yeah.
think, but this was this was probably 25 years ago or so now. But that bear, it was 250 male. He'd come in, and he'd be about 15 yards out. Take one donut. He'd walk out about 20 yards
And eat it over there.
He did that about 4 times, but each time he'd stop a little closer, eat it. Then he started rummaging around a little closer, and he was only about 10 yards when I shot him,
Yeah.
right down through the shoulders. It took me quite a while to find them because they don't bleed,
Yeah.
but I did finally
Rugged
find blood
animal.
and everything, yeah. So that was pretty neat, yeah. Take that one donut, walk out there like, look around, eat it.
Well, good.
They're just kind of unique. That
I'd be eating the donut on the way to the hiding spot.
Yeah, it's like if you had a camera set up, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had the 2 times. Well, we went out bear hunting quite a bit, and
Well, the one was the last.
oh yeah, I missed that bear that year, and then remember I don't know how old I was. I was little, and he always tell me, he's like, oh, I'll tap you on the shoulder. If there's a bear coming, I'll give you a little poke.
This
on
was
the
up in
shoulder. It's us.
Stratford.
We're hunting like this
Yeah.
in the tree, like an L, and
I had 2
you know,
stands set up.
I'm always like, oh.
Yeah.
Like always, hey, is there a bear coming? And all of a sudden, like I look over, I'm like, oh, is there? I'm like, oh, there's a bear, and I think he figured it out. Then he got our wind or something. Like he wouldn't come in anymore, and he stood up on his hindquarters.
Trying to get a little whiff.
Finally got some wind and kind of turned off. And
Well, here's the
son of a
thing.
bitch.
This was about probably 100 yards from where I shot a couple other bear, and I knew the area
Yeah, that
real
was still
thick
in the
up in
same
Stratford off Mondor Gap Road. So I had 2 stands set up, and we're good. Oh God, we're probably a good 18, 20 feet up
Yeah,
in the
you
air.
think so? Yeah.
Yeah. Had a good sized ladder, had it all brushed in, and that bear, it was a rainy day,
Yeah.
and a couple other times we could hear the bear coming through, but
Oh yeah.
They wouldn't come out.
They would have come out. They would just make a bunch of.
and I had
noise
him
and
shooting my 30-06, figuring, So I had the bait fairly close. So it was a little misty, rainy. Here he comes over here. I
Big
see
bear.
him. And I go like this, right? I don't know. You was you 12 or 13?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
12 or
So
13.
he's
Yeah.
coming. It's a big bear, nice bear.
Huge
nice
bear.
head on him. He stopped looking around. He come over here, and he stood up looking around. He got down, walking. He says, "Is he coming?" Freaking bear looked and
Took right off.
That's what it was.
he would have shot that bear. I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah. Shut.
what a nice bear!" Because he would have come right in.
Oh.
Because he was cleaning the bait out like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He was
I
hammering
baited
that
about
bait.
3 times a week and cleaning it right out. Is he coming?
Is
I
he
know.
coming?
That was a bear.
That's exactly what he said. Is he coming? I
And I
know.
shot underneath a bear that other time.
Yeah, that
up
was-
off of Kings.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
that-
seen an animal so quiet in the woods.
That one off of Kings Highway. When you said when it came in quiet, reminded me of that
Yeah.
time that bear I missed.
You
when
don't hear a thing.
No.
We
I-
were,
you
we
don't.
were eating crackers. Like I was eating a cracker at the time, and I all of a sudden looked down. The thing's licking a leaf. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, it's right here."
I remember
Giving
we
that
were up.
bait.
I was up at Bosebuck, went on a hunt, and we'd go in at dark, and I'd sit there, and you find a nice easy spot for your rifle,
Yeah.
and you put your head down, try to
All day sits.
all day
Yeah.
sits. And it was probably about 3:00, and I must have just kind of raised my head, had the barrel in front of me, and something made me look down, and right by the ladder of the stand
Was the bear.
is a bear on his back. He'd been there a while. He's on his back,
Sleeping with you?
just kind of chewing on his feet and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did that thing get there without me hearing it?
Yeah.
And they had told me, you won't hear him come in.
Yeah.
No, they're pads.
And,
They roll their
yeah,
pads over.
unbelievable. And it was pine needles, sticks. It
Yeah.
was right on the edge of a swamp, And that thing finally looked at me, and it stood up, and it walked towards the barrel, and it took a sniff at the barrel, walked about 10 feet behind it, and it stood up. And I'm like, this thing's like human.
Yeah.
He just kind of looked at me and then got back down on all fours and walked away.
Yeah. It's pretty
But
crazy.
when
yeah.
you hear them go, I mean, they don't care what's in their way. They're
Oh, they're going.
mowing down
they're mowing
saplings.
down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Geez,
yeah.
I had two. I was baiting, shot waves from. This was before I had him out hunting over bait, and I had a sow and two cubs kept coming in. Jesus, if they keep coming in eating that bait, generally if a male would come in, they probably would take off. God, they was like 3/4 of an hour, and it was getting close to being dark. So I said, I had enough of this stuff. And the cubs are probably about like so. So I went, get the hell out of here. All three of them, mad dash. I'm telling you, all crashed right through the woods. I mean, just unbelievable.
They were gonna empty your food out.
Yeah.
Your bait.
Yeah, but I mean, they took off so fast.
You're like,
Like a, like a greyhound taking off.
Unbelievable how fast they can
Good
move. and-
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crashing right through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had one. You and Mom were hiking up towards in Tufton Borough,
Yeah.
Castle in the Clouds or
Castle in the
someplace.
Clouds.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
had said, I hope you're not afraid of bear. There's one down around the corner.
And you're like,
I was like, yeah, okay. So, I mean, I got the camera out and walking along and I come around the corner and there it is, just sitting there, and it had cubs up in the tree behind it. I didn't see the cubs, but
Oh,
somebody had said
Jesus.
they were there. And she just sat there and kind of watched us walk by, and I did a video.
yeah,
I mean, I was friggin' out of breath. You could hear me breathing.
How
yeah,
far away were you?
From the bear?
Yeah.
It was probably about 30 yards in the woods.
right
Just
off the trail. He
Right
was
off the trail.
just hanging out.
I wanted to get by
With the cubs up, huh?
with the cubs up.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's
So
kind of
she just kind of watched us go by, and me and Mom, we've been hiking on the weekends.
Yeah.
So instead of just kind of heading back down the mountain, we decided we were going to go to the top of the next mountain. It ended up being 11 miles altogether. And so we didn't see anybody the rest of the day. And I'm thinking, well, if something happens to me or her, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So we finally made it to the top, took a few pictures and headed back down. And it was probably, I want to say, a mile or two closer up over that mountain. We're walking down the old tote road, and I just kind of out of the corner of my eye, something made me look over, and there it was walking towards us. And the opposite, we're headed this way down the trail,
Yeah.
and it's right on the edge, headed
Oh.
this way. And so I said, hey, there it is right there. And as soon as she turned, that thing lunged. It did one of those
Like
scare
a
tactic
mock-
things,
like a
mock
mock.
jump.
Oh, yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
So-
Mark, yeah.
Mom's like,
Mark
whoa.
Charles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't stop. I
False
tried to stop
charge,
and take a
like-
couple
Yeah.
pictures, but she's yelling at me, telling me, "Keep going, don't stop, don't stop."
She's like,
Yeah,
don't
but
look at him in the eyes.
Don't look at it.
Keep
Yeah,
going, she'll forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it came right down in the trail where we were. It probably would have been a long day if
Yeah,
I'm glad we got by her first.
Right.
But,
yeah, trying to hang out
Yeah.
up there,
That's
waiting for her
Timothy
to
Treadwell
pass.
stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's how fast.
Yeah.
I mean, we were
Diary.
probably 2 or 3 hours beyond when we saw it.
Yeah,
Anyway, probably, and it's amazing how fast they come up over the other side of that mountain.
right.
And I'm pretty sure, pretty positive it was the same ones.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Oh, yeah.
Probably in that
Probably
one
in the
area.
same little area.
Yeah.
I saw a nice small bear. I told you about the small bear I saw last year,
Up on the mountain?
October,
Yeah.
where my stand is.
Yeah.
I had some bucknip out, like from here to the stove, in front of my stand, about 15 feet up in the air on the limb. And that bear, nice little bear, always would come from where you shot your deer.
Yeah.
They would always come down the hill that way.
Yeah.
And I've seen them off and on over the
from
years.
From the top where that
From the
tote
top
road
down.
kind of stops. Yeah.
I don't know if he's heading down to find water or what, but nice looking bear, small one, probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years old, not real heavy, but beautiful head,
Yeah.
brown, still around, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice brown muzzle, nice looking head, shoulders, kind of small towards the rear.
Probably have to shoot him next year.
He's coming down. He's
This
probably
year.
about 40 yards out. I could see him coming. I could hear him. He's smelling. He'd stop, smell. And he came down. He got within about 25 yards behind me, and he stopped.
Yeah.
Smelled the bucknip.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I'm like this in my stand. Bucknip's out here. And he came, there's a stone wall right there behind my stand. He came within probably 15, 18 yards, came right over, stopped that stone wall. In other words, I'm looking at him just like this. And I wouldn't attempt to shoot him anyway, but
Yeah,
I'm looking at him, and all of a sudden, he turned and took right off back up over the
Got
hill.
your wind.
Yeah.
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 But that drew him right over. It was kind of neat.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
He smelled that, came right over.
Just a
Say,
little
uh,
bit of,
just-
a little bit of something else.
Just a little bit of that bucknip
We'll
got
bring
his
him over
attention just
probably
for a few minutes to,
Right.
in the
to
bow
check
range.
it out. Yeah, but I wasn't going to shoot him anyway.
Yeah.
Nice looking.
You still
bear.
get your bow tag? I mean, your bear tag every year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
did
know
just
why,
in case.
but yeah, just in case. Yeah,
You've
just
watched a couple walks.
just in case.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
you
in
never
case
know.
he's at a bear.
Might
You know,
be-
I'm looking at it 10 yards, 18 yards, just in case.
I can't wait till I'm like that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's just that mountain, Cotton Mountain. I see them quite often. About every year, I see bear up there, whether
Yeah.
it's a distance or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because they're around.
And
Yeah.
you never expect it.
Yeah, and
You
they
know?
travel so damn much,
Yeah.
especially, you know, the nuts start falling, you know, so it's all good, you know,
Oh, it's
just to
beat,
see
yeah.
them.
It's the feed that's all up in there.
But that pond up there is
Well,
right
that
full of
pond,
water,
Yeah.
huge amount
Mm-hmm.
up
The one we
there.
were overlooking. that day.
Yeah, up from not far from my stand. And for 2 years now, it's been dry. With all that rain we had, I went up there 2 weeks ago and put my trail camera back in there, and
Yeah, it's full right up. Huh?
and it filled right up good. So that's a
Yes,
plus
good
there.
sign, yeah.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of rain, and I was kind of bitching out about it, but this is probably
definitely
a
helped a
good
lot.
year for
Filling up some of these
Yeah.
places. Yeah.
because it seems like it stayed dry for like 2 years. I don't know why,
Yeah.
whatever
it is.
reason, but yeah, the swamp out back, that was hunting season. You could walk right across it. But
Have you been out there recently?
Yeah, you're right. Last
No.
year you could walk. pretty
Yeah.
much.
yeah, it was
There's
just
just a little
creek.
4-foot stream
Yeah.
running
Yeah,
down the middle
remember,
of it.
Yeah.
But then I like when it rains out, that place holds geese.
Oh.
I can hear them, clucking. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, I
cool.
remember always hunting down on the lower part in those
Yep.
swamps, and we would always have wood ducks flying by us.
Yeah,
Yeah. Used to be a lot of water in there
Yeah.
then. That was a few
Maybe
years
the
ago
beavers
now.
would hold up that
Yeah.
snowmobile
Beavers
trail right there.
had one big dam there at one
Yeah.
time. You could walk right across it. I'm talking about this is even before you started hunting with us down there. Your father
Way on
and
the
I.
lower part,
Yeah.
where the big
That-
swamps are.
Where the big pond is, like a pond up on this end, and the water was rushing down to the.
Yeah, okay.
To the
so
river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
yeah.
used to be
Right.
a lot of water,
Across that,
and there was
yeah.
a beaver. The beavers dammed it up so you could walk right across it. So they had a good dam there. That
Yeah.
was
Good deal.
a few years ago now, but yeah, good
Yeah, it has
area.
been dry in there.
yeah.
Yeah. Trying to remember it has.
We're gonna move some stands around.
Put up
You got
some new
one of your
stuff.
stands in Alton.
Yeah.
You still do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still there. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
you
about
do.
putting a
Yeah.
camera out there or across the road from there.
Yeah.
See what's moving.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Oh no, what was it? Winter?
It's
One day.
probably
It
been out
wasn't
there.
that long. Well, no, I meant it wasn't that long ago since I walked under it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Me and Mom, I think we've walked out there a couple times since then, probably
Yeah.
4 or 5 times since. But when we had the cameras out there quite a bit, and then we just kind of, I think we were out there snowshoeing one time.
Still a lot of people down there. Still,
Yeah,
you
there
notice
is.
that?
There's
I'm
a lot of-
holy crap!
Yeah,
Over just like at past nights where I'm talking.
Oh,
about.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
past there, where the ATV kind of parking is, even though there really isn't many people ATV riding, kind of, but it
There's
seems
a
like
lot
there's
of people
crap
out
of
there.
people
Hiking,
walking.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah.
walking that road.
yeah.
I got
A lot
one of
more
those
than usual.
Tacticams ordered at Bow Shop at Coyote Creek.
Did your cell phone cam come in yet?
That's what I mean. It hasn't come in yet. But
Oh, it hasn't come in yet.
no, we're gonna set it up to his camera. Am I doing? Is this a mistake for me to set it up?
Set it up. You're
On
going to get in the
his camera.
pictures?
I don't know
Nope,
what the
still
hell-
nothing.
Put it up there.
It must be old age or something.
We're putting it up there too.
So I'll put it up there and put it on and put it
Yeah.
on my
No, I
wife's
can get it.
tablet.
Yeah,
Just see
I
what
can
the
get
hell
just
hell's
something.
goes on. See what's just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Yeah.
I just got my main license.
Oh,
So
you did good.
you got your main license.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get.
Get drawn for the doe lottery, doe
Yeah.
permit.
Go to Lebanon at all?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, something close.
Well, even
But-
that spot
Good.
where I sent you,
Good
where
deal.
Alex went last year, where he
Yeah.
followed that big buck around,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, same
Go ahead.
spot where we turkey hunted. Yeah. So it's getting busy.
I know.
What time we got?
Yeah.
We good here?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't
Good.
matter.
Coffee talk.
Just coffee talk, shoot the crap a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to listen to it or not, but whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to all the wives.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
I'm sitting here wondering what am I going to say about hunting. I've lost a lot of memories. I mean, I have a lot of memories of hunting,
Right.
and it wouldn't. None of it really would have come true if it wasn't for your mother
Yeah.
letting me. And if you guys, your girlfriends, wives,
Yeah,
all
you're
this,
right.
you know,
I know.
it is true. It's
They're always
they
on
put
your
up with a
butt.
lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
there's
do.
been many
know.
Christmas shoppings I've missed, and
Right.
I didn't even know what the hell you were getting for Christmas.
Pop-Up was grouse hunting when his daughter was being born.
Really? Yeah.
He goes, I shot 2 grouse that day.
I mean,
I saw 3.
you think about it though.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's true.
they do. They put up with
Yeah.
a lot.
Joey, hi, what are you doing?
for
Hi, hi there.
Yeah. The dog just busted in the door. Hold on. Come on.
Yes. He says, I love everybody, I guess, by his
Right.
action. Yeah, it's good.
But no, this was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. We should do a Sunday morning.
Thanks for
coffee
the
talk.
invite.
Yeah.
Coffee talk.
Yeah.
Once a month. It'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Just
Catch
coffee
up,
talks.
especially during deer season.
Yeah.
We go out in the woods. We'll come back and
Do
talk
coffee.
about what happened.
Oh, it'd be good.
Well, he's
yeah.
going in the woods at this time anyways.
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
don't
he-
go. You don't get up early anymore, do you? Well, you don't either, right?
No,
No,
actually, I'm
no.
up 5:30 every morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he just, I'll go on my stand
Yeah.
at 9, 8 o'clock. Get up.
I remember
shoots
that,
deer.
that
I've
nice
shot
buck
more
that you
deer at
shot.
11
Yeah.
o'clock
That's
and
what I'm
noontime.
saying.
Yeah. You never know. You don't.
Yeah.
They feed in the morning,
Yeah.
going, okay, I'm done feeding, I'm going to go away, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Come by you, bang.
Yeah. I was supposed to meet Tyler one time up at my uncle's where we do a lot of hunting, and I was supposed to meet him there at, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm getting old. I'll wake up when I get up.
Yeah.
If I get up.
Yeah, yeah.
And phone rang around 7 o'clock, and it's him. I got a big one. I got a big one.
That was the stand that Nick was supposed to hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick was supposed to
Nick
hunt
was
that
supposed
day.
to hunt,
Yeah.
and he didn't
Yeah.
wake up.
No one woke up, so I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you know
Yeah.
what?
I'm going out.
I gotta go get it done.
Yeah. I rushed up there, and
Yeah, that
we
was
got
cool.
it done. Who do we bring up there? Your
good deal.
sister or
That's
your
good.
mother? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly. I
Yeah,
think.
Holly come up.
That's good. Yeah.
It was a good time. But yeah, hopefully we do a few more of these.
Yeah, we'll do it.
fun.
We should
Yeah.
seriously
Come over anytime.
Yeah.
Obviously.
once a month try to get in a early morning Sunday podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
fun.
simple.
All right, good deal.
Let's do it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
You have a
guys.
good one.
Good luck.
Thanks for the invite.
All
See
right,
ya.
see you
Thank
guys.
Have a
you.
good one.
With some limit left in. We got friends happens in the next town. Yeah, baby, when we're together, it's like Vegas times 3. But in the morning I'll know better, 'cause you're so bad for me. Yeah, oh baby, when we're together, it's like Vegas times 3. But in the morning I'll know better, 'cause you're so bad for me. Oh, 'cause you're so bad for me. 'Cause you're so bad for me.